welcome to this year's 2023 PB's Retro Restorations Christmas video. I'm so glad you could join me. I'm coming to you live this year from Russell Island on the Queensland coast. As you can see, not a cloud in the sky. It's a glorious day, and I hope it's as wonderful where you are as it is here. Here's a map of Australia in its entirety. Just kidding, JV and Casey. I'd never forget my favourite island. Russell Island is where my mum lives and is one of a group of small islands in Redland Bay, known for one of Australia's largest land fraud scams in the early 1970s, which involved sales of blocks of land that were in the water at high tide and vague promises of a bridge, which of course never materialised. But anyway, back to my favourite island of Tasmania, and a box of goodies from Johnny V's Custom Garage. I received a parcel from the legend that is Johnny V from Johnny V's Custom Garage in Tasmania, the Apple Isle. Thank you very much, Johnny V. You shouldn't have. I've already had a peeky because I couldn't help myself. I'm filming it the morning after. So it's an eclectic mix. There's a bit of everything. I'll read parts of Johnny V's letter, not all of it. Salutations. Here is a stockpile of projects or pass-ons if you wish for your discretion. I even put some of the Superfast from my video of last month, as I don't really collect that era. But for what I paid, I couldn't see them, lost to time. Enjoy. Well, thank you very much, Johnny V, and I know I've shortened your kind words in there, but keep that between you and I. So let's get started and have a look-see at what JV has sent me. PB, ha ha ha. Okay, we've got Matchbox auxiliary power truck, it says. Floodlight heavy rescue. It's even got one of the floodlights left on it, so that could be a 3D print project, that. We have got ambulance. That's all it says, but it's got both of its doors, so that could be, it reminds me of the ambulance they took Elvis the King away in. We've got Opel, was it? Opel Calibra. They did bring these out in Australia, like the actual ones. This one's had a bit of rough and tumble, and when I first looked at the front, Johnny V, and I'm sure you'll probably agree with me, I've got little hints of VS Commodore in it, but anyway, I'm not sure what I'll do with that one. We've got it hasn't got a name on it. I forget what they call this. The rescue, Hot Wheels rescue vehicle, as you may or may not know, use the same base as the Supervan, the tow truck, the backwards bomb. Several Hot Wheels all use the same base. Bit of trivia for you if you didn't know that already. We've got what collection isn't complete without a London cab. It occurred to me when I opened this, if anyone from the DMC is watching, that this is what we should make one year for the Ashes Challenge. Turn a black cab into anything you want and could dream of. That'd be a good idea. Why it's come to me now, after we've already decided, that says a lot about my brain. Okay, we've got it's a Porsche 911 or 911, whatever you want to call it, but it doesn't have a brand on it. I'm trying to pick from those wheels what it might be, but I can't. We have got, we have got a lot again, a Nissan Skyline, and I don't know much about Skyline, so I don't know if it's an R32 or an R33. My nephew will be cringing at me if he's watching this, because he's a massive Skyline fan, and I don't know if he's got that one, and Dylan and I might work on that I'm sure he's got 100 ideas for that one. That's excellent. We have got, I think this is one of the ones from Johnny V's other video, the Tanzara. Yeah, Tanzara number 53. And like I'm sure he said, it's still got its hatch on the back. The The motor's still in there, needs a little bit of a clean up, and the glass isn't cracked. So that will be an easy resto. And I don't actually have one of these, so good job, Johnny V. This one struck me, the super fast. I think it's a transitional with the temporary super fast clips. I noticed it's missing the edges off the bumper, but that's okay because look at the paint on it. The paint and the wheels, I don't know if these ever had chrome on them. Oh yeah, I can see a little bit. It's like the chrome's all come off, but they're not busted. Couple of chips, but it's like that wildlife truck. You clean this up, a 3D printer ladder for him, Molotow the chrome back on the wheels, and that's going to come up beaut. That's going to be an easy one. We have got Fire Eater, I think this one's called. Oh, Blaze Buster. Fire Eater's the Hot Wheels one, isn't it? And look, still got its ladder. I think I have one of these, but not with the ladder, so that's good. And again, it's not, that really is a borderline as to whether you do that. I don't know, but it's nice to have the option, isn't it? All right, we got this one. Now, I think, I can't remember the name of this brand. It's not Play Art, and it's not, can't think of the other one. But I had one of these. You may remember the very first Porsche build that Maple Leaf Makeovers held. I started off by doing one of these, but it was like a copy of this one. This is an original one. And I had to, I wrecked it. And anyway, I think I've still got the glass, so I'll dig that out. We might be able to salvage that one. Minivan. Now, I used to collect these, and then I stopped collecting them. And you know I didn't have this one. So I gave them to my brother-in-law, so I'm not giving him this one. Find his own. Okay, hang on to that. That's immaculate. That's mint. Pantera. This must be the Streakers version with the with the Tampo print as opposed to the stickers. I'm more a fan of the earlier version, which is just really a white paint and a sticker on it. So we might do a backdating of that one. Oh, it's got Mum's nail polish marker on it. I always like when finding cars with the nail polish dot on it. You know, someone's been going to go to their mate's place to play. Oh, I'm going to go and take me car, Mum. Oh, hang on, how will you know it's yours and not Billy's? Oh, I don't know, Mum. Hang on, I'll just put a little bit of me nail polish on it. There you go, son. Oh, thanks, Mum. And then you go and you bring it back. And then 40 years later, it ends up in some creepy old guy's, shed. I'm talking about me, Johnny V, by the way, not you. We got this one, Mod Rod. I saw this one in Johnny V's video. I remember thinking, oh, it's good that it's still got the engine and everything, because, even if you don't restore this one, the motor's good for parts, because it's the same motor that's in the Formula One race cars they make. But now it's here, I guess it's my problem. And what a good problem to have. I think this came in with red wheels too. I think they experimented with red wheels on it. I'm sure you'll tell me in the comments. I think it was the one and only time Matchbox did it in the Lesney era. This is a casting that's near and dear to me, the Renault 5. Is it 5TL? I always think of 5 litre, but it's 5TL, not 5LT. And it's hardly going to be a 5 litre, is it? Now, when I was casting my gaze over this one, it looks like, first I thought, oh, it's been bent. But looking at this wheel, the wheels look like they haven't had the chrome applied to them properly. And this looks like it might be a manufacturing fault. It's like actually smushed. It's still clipped around the base, but it's bent, and it's hard to imagine how a kid could have done that. I have another one of... I've got another one of these somewhere, the blue one. I'll save the punishing story about why it's near and dear to me when I do a resto, and I guess we're going to do a double resto now. That's really cool. Johnny V knows we're sort of going from the newer to the older ones. So I've got a Merryweather, Merryweather Marquise Series 3. I've got one of these in my Uncle Phil's collection, which I bought a replacement ladder for. So I've got a replacement ladder that I can make a 3D print copy for this one, and that'll come up really nice. Base is bent, but that's okay. That's nothing. The wheels are all in nice shape. That'll be another easy one. We've got a BP tanker. I've got one of these in my pile to do. So maybe for a bit of fun, if you remember my Dodge Wrecker reversal video, I made a copy of the Dodge Wrecker, the rare reverse color scheme. So maybe I could restore one of these factory and do another reversal to match the other wrecking truck. I'm just full of ideas. My mind's always going, viewers. It's like a percolating coffee machine, just always bubbling. Right, Pickford's van. I've got one of these in my Uncle Phil's collection, but it's the blue one. I'm sure there's a blue Pickford's van as well. I'll check, and I'll probably put something go across the screen here. Anyway, we'll see if I actually do that. In nice shape, not bent, not twisted. Only downside is it's missing the roller door for the back, which is like a flexible plastic. Won't be able to 3D print it. I may actually have to put my hand in my pocket and buy one, but that's okay. That's the financial sacrifice I make to bring you quality entertainment every week, viewers. Number 5, number 5, Route Master Bus. That was my nickname at school. I'm sure this is supposed to have seats in the bottom as well as the top, and by the look of it, this little, oh, here we go. You just answered my own question. It looks like he's been apart. May have been the attempt of a respray. Now I've got another one of these inside that I don't think's been pulled apart, so we might have the seats for the bottom. Maybe I can make a 3D print for that. Have a bit of a double decker video. I've got 1,000 of them. So yeah, we'll be able to straighten that one out and give that one a second lease of life. Love the proportions of these. I'm not a big fan of double-decker Boss die-cast. So many of them are, oh no, they look out of whack to me or something, but the early Lesney, these ones, I like them, they're nice. There's this one. Now, Johnny V must have thought this would be a challenge, and he's right. Base is cracked, busted, and the bumper's missing, but oh, you know what I'm going to say. I could think I might be able to come up with something that for 3D printing. I've seen the scaffolding for the back, seen a file for that, and the glass, even though it's dropped down, I had a look at it, it's not cracked. It's good. It'll clean up real nice. So that is going to be, that's going to be fun. And I don't know if I already said that, but I do not have the scaffolding truck. Now there were these two little guys to wrap things up in this part of the video. I really like these, they're cool. Tough Tots. First, when I first pulled that out, I thought, oh, Funho, the New Zealand brand, but no, Peter, you don't know everything. Lone Star Tough Tots, scale 116:1 apparently. Complete, nice. I don't think I do anything to that. It's neat. And then there's this guy who I'm assuming, well actually no, the wheels are different. They kind of look like black plastic copies of a Lesney wheel. It's not Lesney, of course, but I'm not sure if it's Tough Tots or not either. But interestingly, this is like 3 pieces. The tank is a separate piece, and the mudguards and the plate underneath it is a separate piece, It's a really nice little model, that. And again, that's one I don't think I'd do anything to. If you know what brand that is, viewers, let me know in the comments. It doesn't seem quite as well finished around the windows and things. A bit more of a flash around it. It's not Tootsie Toy. It's too nice for that. Yeah, anyway. Johnny B, thank you very much, brother. I really appreciate it. There's a bit of everything there. It's all useful. And you're all definitely going to see some of these next year. A question I've never asked myself is, can you have too many Bandit Trans Ams? But if I did ask myself that question, the answer would of course be no. A fact recognised by my not-so-secret Santa friend Reedy, who managed to find one that I didn't have. It even came with this cool belt buckle. Look out, ladies. So thanks very much, Reedy, again. It fits right in with my collection, weirdly enough. So on to the mini build. Not really a mini build, it's just a respray and a recolour, but it's a special gift from Mrs. PB. I'm trying to be quiet because she doesn't know I've made it for her yet, and I'm going to put it in a stocking. And this isn't quite the same year model as hers. Obviously, hers is a 2023. I think this is a 2021. But it'll look good. We'll give it a change of colour. I'll put some license plates on it. I won't show you the license plates because Mrs. PB doesn't need any more stalkers, and I don't need the competition. So let's get crack-a-lackin' on it, viewers. I don't think I mentioned it before, but this casting is by Majorette, or Majorette, as Laz would say. It's got spring suspension, a pretty detailed interior, and steering wheel's on the wrong side, of course, and I didn't have time to change it. And the most frustrating piece of glass I think I've ever come across in die-cast. I got the engine out easy. It was its own little separate piece with the headlights, which is often the case with Majorettes. But this glass piece, I've saved you the grief, viewers. This took me like 15 minutes to work out how it came out. And I eventually got it out. Thank goodness. Now spraying it with Mrs. PB's chosen colour. And it's a pretty good match, but I guess Mrs. PB will be the judge of that when she sees it. So if getting the glass out was a pain in the butt, viewers, putting it back in was another story again. At first I thought, oh, snapped in, great, no problem, that was easy. The engine went in pretty easy as well. We need a little bit of jiggling, but it went in. And then I tried putting the interior back in. Of course, it wouldn't go in properly because the glass wasn't in properly. And I spent another 15 odd minutes trying to work that out and get it snapped in. And I've cut all that because you didn't want to see me suffering through that. Actually, you probably did want to see me suffering through that, but it's Christmas. And I thought I'd, the time of peace and goodwill, and that includes myself. Here I am doing the brake lights. I did do the indicators as well, but I didn't film myself doing the indicators, so you just have to believe me. And just to jazz it up a bit, I made a special card for Mrs. PB in her favourite colours. It even came with a little collector card in the original pack, so I made a replica collector card the day Mrs. PB picked it up from the dealership. So there we are. Because I'm a bit simple, I didn't put it on the turntable, so you're just going to have to accept these images of the finished product. I hope you like it, Mrs. PB, and it doesn't prove the same level of disappointment as you found in your husband. Ha ha ha. I don't reckon that's getting any warmer, Mrs. PB. I think you might have imagined it. No. Anyway, that just about wraps it up for this year, viewers. I just want to say thank you very much for all your support over the year, all your views and likes and comments. I really appreciate it. All the tips, the slightly cryptic abuse I sometimes get. It might be abuse, it might not be, I'm not sure. We're almost at 2,000 subscribers. I thought that would be a long way off, and we will have a giveaway in the new year. So keep an eye out for details of that. A couple of viewers, who I won't mention, Graham, asked me if Captain Australia will be making an appearance. Unfortunately, I tried ringing him. His phone just rang out. He's probably been arrested again. I mean, with good behaviour, he might get out by, say, Australia Day. Hopefully not, but we might see him then. At any rate, thank you very much. Stay safe, have a great Christmas, a wonderful New Year, wherever you are in the world. And remember, there's only one way to be, and that's PB. Jesus. Stay safe, viewers. I'll see you next time. I'll see you in the new year. January 5th, first video of the new year. Be there. Let me know when you started.
I started ages ago.
Okay, just keep rolling.